So here's the first ball, and Camelus Alexander gets a single and called his first run of the tournament. So
Rahat Khan, the man with ball in handling. So Camelus, what did you say, break his ducks for the tournament? Actually, I think he might have gotten one or two yesterday and then scored a duck earlier today. I think he did get at least one. We'll check that, we'll confirm it. But nonetheless, he's off the mark.
Yes, Carl, and the story of Long Island United has to be the one that revolves around Juicy Ruknaray. He's batted impressively well, and so far he personally has consumed some 33 overs of batting in 2 days of T20 cricket. He's been there for a long time, and if there's one lesson you can learn, that once you stay at the wicket, runs will come. Well, you gotta watch Ruknaray in action. So play and a miss here by Ruknaray, can't score. Score remains at 1-0.
So early days yet in the championship round. We're just underway, and already we've seen a couple of good deliveries. It's a big ball, and Camelus had a thought of scampering through for a single. In the end, Ruknaray not interested.
Yes, Carl, and one of the ironies here of this match, Long Island United will have to forget what has happened in the tournament so far, although they'll be having a golden run, so to speak. But what matters now is this game and the ones forward if they get past Melbourne here. And as they say quite often, and you hear the phrase goes around, prior results certainly do not guarantee future results.
I think its prior results are not indicative of future performance, let's say. So I get the message.
So Alexander is on one, and so is Ruknaray. They're 2 for none.
Actually, Len, you're correct in terms of Alexander. Hasn't gotten off the schneid yet until today, until this match. So consecutive ducks in his 2 stints at the wicket. So promoted to see if he can get among the runs here, as they perhaps will need him to perform at the bat if they should go all the way in this tournament.
Yes, Carl, and United have used 3 openers in the series so far. We saw in the first game Faisal Taj was used. Ruknaray has always been one of the fixed openers, so he's out. But they've used Faisal Taj first game. They've used Shahid second game. Now they've gone with Alexander of the 3 so far. It was the Wakas, Shahid, and Ruknaray show that probably posted the biggest partnership so far. And this one's still in its infant stage here. Their 3 run partnership so far, with Ruknaray on 1 and Alexander is on 1. They're 3 for none.
So the first over comes to a close, and the ball has been tossed to Sushant Modani, and so Sushant will continue the attack here for Melbourne. United have been impressive so far. They did win their first match by some 49 runs, I want to say, or that might have been their second match by 49. They won impressively. Well, they won their first match by 49. They won earlier today by 12. And so this is their third match. So they've been impressive have won all their games on the trot, anchored around the performance with the bat of Gaukaran Juicy Ruknarain. He got 60 in his first match, got 71 earlier today, and so he's in a rich vein of form. He's the man on strike.
So ball defended here by Ruknarain. Continues to open the batting here for the United team, and Carl, he has really given them a good start. Not by the quantity of runs that he has scored, and while the quantity has been up there, but the mere fact that he has occupied the crease for a very, very long period. Oh, cut away. That's one of his favorite shots for 4-1 bounce. First boundary of the match. He comes off the bat of Juicy Ruknarain. He goes up to 5-7 without loss.
And then, as you've said, past performance isn't necessarily indicative of future results, and that said, Juicy Ruknarain, he starts as he has started consistently so far in this tournament, getting one with width on offer outside the off stump, punches it away, and collects 4 runs for that effort. And so quickly he's up to 5 off 5.
Yes, Carl, and we've seen him bat quite a bit on this track here. He's a very clever batsman. You'll notice he looks to score quickly in the first 6 overs or so. That's when the power play period is. And then he gathers the 1s and the 2s in the middle. And always the opportunity to pounce on anything short. So he's been impressive. Oh, he swats this one back to the bowler. Can't score this time. He remains on 5. Alexander is on 1. And we are in the second over being bowled here by Sushant Modani. With 7 on the board so far. United winning the toss and batting for the 3rd time first. Oh, he's gone. So Ruknarain falls for 5. Sushant Modani gets a big wicket here. And United, they're batting a 7-for-1. First failure here for Ruknarain in this tournament. He goes for 5. It's 7-for-1, Carl.
And then now it's going to come down to what will happen. This is the first time that Long Island United has faced adversity at this point. They haven't faced any adversity just yet, and now they'll have to do without their leading run scorer, Gaukaran Ruknarain. He's headed back to the hut, and now the question becomes, who will stand up here as first-class player Roy Silva walks to the middle, and Roy Silva may have to play an important hand here if the Long Island United should recover the leading batsman for their team so far back in the hut cheaply. And so it's 7-for-1 in over number 2. Big, important wicket taken by Melbourne.
Yes, Carl. So first failure of the tournament here for Ruknarain, and we know our cricket well enough to know that a purple patch, sometimes there's going to be a bad innings in between. And so that one has probably come today at this point here for Ruknarain. Roy Silva comes out to the middle. It's 7-for-1.
Question now is, how does LIU respond to adversity? Who will answer the question? First class batsman Roy Silva strikes to the middle. 102 first class matches. In fact, 107 first class matches to his tally. So top all-rounder at the first class level in Sri Lanka.
He gets a good one. Good bowling here from Sushant Modani.
So a full ball to Silva, caught in 2 minds whether to go on the front foot or to play off the back foot. In the end, chose neither. And ball just eluding that off stump. So he bats on. 7-for-1 in the second over here. Brilliant start by Melbourne. And ball outside the off stump. On the back foot is Silva. Doesn't make contact. That completes another over here, the second. And after 2, LIU winning the toss and taking first strike. They're 7 for 1 with Alexander on 1, Silva yet to get off the mark. So Silva would have played 107 first-class matches in Sri Lanka over a 13-year career, which commenced in 1999 and concluded in 2013. Would have played alongside the likes of Shaminda Vaz, Kumar Sangakkara, among others. So a very accomplished cricketer.
So Alexander defends, looking for a single, it's not there. And United, they're batting a 7 for 1. And called for the first time in the tournament here, they'll have to do without a contribution or a major contribution from Luke Narain. Luke Narain has certainly been impressive. Oh, that's a good ball. Camelos does well to keep it down. Score remains a 7 for 1, and Melbourne has made a very good start here.
And a delivery like that, Len, does put some doubt in the batsman's mind about the true nature of the surface. And you saw Camelos go down, take a couple of taps at the wicket. And now a short one testing the metal of Camelos. And so now we see the signal of Roy Silva to the players' pavilion. Not sure.
Helmet.
Well, he doesn't have a helmet himself, so I thought, well, Camelos does have a helmet on. We couldn't be asking for one for him. He's asking for perhaps his own.
Yep.
And this one is into the onside, so Camelos hooking, but not hooking with any conviction. And or pulling the ball, and he does get one for his effort, but not very convincing in the end. He goes up to 2 to score up to 8 for 1. Third over in progress here as LIU taking first strike, and on the resumption, Roy Silva will be on strike. We talked earlier about Roy Silva's 40 over record for putting up 295 not out in a match where he scored 295 from 91 balls. It included 34 sixes and 11 fours. His 100 came off just 27 deliveries. So we know he can be a ball beater, can be a punishing batsman. We also talked about his 102 first-class wickets and his 6,000 plus first-class runs, including a career best 171 back in the 2003-2004 season. And so he will settle and await for Rahat Khan, who's only conceded 4 runs so far. 8 for 1 in over number 3. This one turned into the onside only as far as mid-wicket, and there can be no addition to the total here. So good beginning for Melbourne. They have been able to restrict what has been a prolific top order line for LIU. They have gotten off to flyers in both games that we've seen them play so far. Another ball keeping low here, and so again perhaps some element of doubt now will start to creep in for the batsmen. Certainly we've seen this track play fairly consistent over the course of the last day and a half, and suddenly it seems to perhaps be deteriorating a bit. It's rare that we've seen so many deliveries in one particular over just do so many different things.
Yes, Carl, we are in the second day, a lot of wear and tear on the pitch. This pitch now close to hosting its 4th game. And the irony here is that Roy Silva calling for a helmet, and then a ball or two later the ball attacks his ankle.
Almost took out his big toe.
So it's, yeah, you're right on that. Gonna place some doubts in the batsman's mind. We saw Camelos Alexander attempting to pull, and we saw the ball coming on a little too perhaps a little quicker surprised him. And that might have been a little devil in the pitch. It's 8-1. Camillus is on 2. Silva is yet to get off the mark, and we would dare to say, Carl, for the first time in this series so far, we're beginning to see the United team put under some early batting pressure. They not only have lost a wicket, but in terms of their run rate in the first 3 or 4 overs, this has to be one of the lowest or one of the slowest we've seen in 2 games completed.
Well, we've certainly had the experience of Ryan, who has been steady throughout, so he's been able to pace the innings for LIU, and with him back in the hut, now we're actually calling on 2 different batsmen to pace the innings. Certainly Silva batted well in the first game, but he did come in early, so he has been there and he has all the experience to be able to help to pace this innings. Alexander, on the other hand, he has yet to really be at the wicket for any period of time, so this is his first opportunity to really settle in.
And Carl, the fact is Melbourne is not giving up anything too, so you've got to look at it from the bowling perspective. They have been quite disciplined. They bowl wicket on wicket, and like anything else, they'll probably come into this match as the underdog. Ball defended here by Alexander, who remains on 4. It's 10-1, and Carl certainly coming into this game. Melbourne certainly comes into this match as the underdog. And like anything, sometimes the underdog tags come with less pressure. 10-1 here.
Yes, then you're right. When you're playing in effect with nothing to lose, you kind of play loose, you play freely, you play your natural game. When you're the favorites usually coming in, that's when you may put pressure on yourself. You play not to lose, and in the end, sometimes just the pressure of playing not to lose ends up costing your team, as this one is punched down the ground again by Alexander. So he is off to his highest score so far in this tournament. In 2 games, did not get off the schneid in either, and so coming off a pair of no scores.
Yes, Carl, and Silva comes back onto strike. The pitch hasn't certainly behaved well against him here. He's seen his fair share of everything. Ball that bounced, ball that kept low. Couple of shots that got nowhere from the real estate out in the middle there. Oh, he's beginning to hang loose now, and he swats this one over mid-wicket. And he goes for 6, so that will certainly add some confidence and break the pressure here on Roy Silva. He goes up to 6, it's 17-1.
So that completes the over. 9 runs coming from it. And so Roy Silva, a man who has all the experience in the world, and you will end up seeing the mettle of a class batsman by how they play when the conditions aren't perfect, when they sort of, as they say, graft or just tuck it around. They fight through certain periods of the game when things aren't necessarily going their way, and then when they get those loose deliveries, they put them away with efficiency, and that is Roy Silva. He certainly is a man with tremendous experience, and so too is Camillus Alexander, for that matter. Alexander coming off of a blistering 179 against the same team that Roy Silva plays for, actually in the Atlanta League. So the batsmen out in the middle are 2 batsmen who can certainly score a lot of runs, and so we'll wait to see how things may evolve here. 17-1 with 4 gone.
Out, not out. Come on, Francis. पानी चल रहा है उसका चिली और जर्मनी का Consolidation job. Germany जीत जाएगा अच्छा टाइम चल रहा है ये कैसी चीजें से इतना खास फॉलो नहीं करते
So Rahat Khan continues here. Alexander is on 5. Oh, pulled away. That's a good looking shot. And it goes away. We'll wait. 4 is a signal from the umpire. And Camillus Alexander looks confident there. Very good looking hook. He goes up to 9. It's 21 for 1.
And so Camillus now starting to get in the groove here. We know his capability. He's a talented player, talented all-rounder. Has been waiting for his opportunity to make a contribution with the bat. And promoted in the order by Captain Wakas Shahid. And so far, Camillus rewarding that faith in him. And so he's up to 9 from 14 overs. And perhaps the most convincing shot of his innings so far.
Yes, Carl, that was a classic pull shot. So he's on 9. And you're right in saying that he was promoted all the way up the order. There's not a higher number on the batting card as number 1. 21 for 1. Alexander is on 9. Silva is on 6. And we're in the 5th over being bowled here by Rahat Rahman Khan.
And given that they've lost their leading run scorer so far, Camillus would likely have to bat with some sense of responsibility. There he goes, just having a look at one going by. As now, with no further contribution with the bat from Gokar and Rupnarayan, somebody will have to stand up. We saw Roy Silva get among the runs on day 1. Picked up 44 yesterday. Picked up another 30 plus today. In fact, 30 to be exact. And the question is, we need somebody to stand up as wide as the indication that comes from umpire Janki. So one more added to the total here. The score goes up to 23. In fact, up to 22. We're in the 5th over, being bowled by Rahat Khan. 5 off the over so far.
So better ball here from Khan. And Alexander remains on 9 of 17 balls. The story is Silva has been starved of strike for some time.
And Camillus, a former international player at the youth level. Played at the under 19 level for the West Indies. And this time he pushes this one up into the offside and takes off quickly for a single. Good communication between Alexander and Silva. So that concludes another over. 6 runs coming from it. And so with 5 gone, it's Long Island United having won the toss and taken first strike here. They're 23 for 1 with Alexander on 10, while Silva on 6. Extras are 2. It's 23 for 1 after 5.
So Modani continues. Ball defended here by Camillus Alexander. Score remains at 23 for 1. Roy Silva is on 6. Alexander is on 10. We are in the 6th over here. I want to welcome Rana, Mr. Rana. And ball trying to pull into the onside, not timed well. And Alexander will remain on 10. 23 for 1. Welcome, Rana.
Thank you, Lenny, and thank you, Greenline Independent.
Independence brokerage to do the fabulous event, and it's an Independence Cup. Happy July to everybody who's watching us and who's listening to us.
So 23 for 1. Here is Madani. Ball again hammered into the ground. So Rana, we've seen a good performance so far from Melbourne. They came into this match, or they're playing it into a game that perhaps they come in here as the underdog. And Long Island United has had a good series so far. But now it doesn't matter what you do in the round robin stage. This is the game.
This is do and die. So seems like the LIU has to perform well.
Alexander on 10. Here is Modani. Ball tugged into the onside, and having commentated here the last day or so, when the ball is pulled into the onside, can't get too emotional because it gets sticks in the grass. It's only a single. It's 24 for 1.
I think Melbourne Stars seems like they are ready, and they're ready for the ball one to rock and roll.
They're both certainly well. Modani, we'll look at his figures after this ball. Ball played down the ground for only a single here at most. So Modani so far he's bowled 2.5, 1 for 15. So he's bowled 17 balls. He's given up only 15 runs, and he's gotten the important wicket of Rupnarai. A bit of field changing here. Mid wicket goes a few yards back, and Modani has had a good bowling spell. Kamalos Alexander remains on 11. And the way things have gone here, Rana, is 25 for 1, 6 overs gone.
See what Melbourne is doing, they're keeping the ball very tight and they are fielding, they seem like they are prepared and they're ready for this match, even though they are underdog, but they are preparing them, they have prepared themselves in the break before the match, and they're bowling line and length, and they are doing the basic of cricket. Like yesterday we were talking about, if you follow the basic of cricket, there is no way you can make mistakes. Bad luck and good luck comes in a way, but if you follow the basics, you can win the game, and what they are doing the same thing. Right now, Rahat Khan has bowled 3 overs, only given 10 runs. Shashan Modhani bowled 3 overs, 15 runs. So the average is, under 5, is like 4.17 run per over they have given. It's 6 over and only 18 run partnership. And the dangerous man, Rupnarai, has been gone by Madani.
So the players, Kamruz Zaman has been given the ball here. Mohammed Kamruz Zaman, a quality leg spinner.
And also today is the beautiful weather. If you see Lenny, yesterday we had 2 washout game, and Greenline, Independence, especially Mr. Anjum has done, and his team, fabulous job. They came early today and they have done everything they can to keep this tournament going.
So a bit of hold up here as Roy Silva has opted for the cap. Started with a cap, wanted a helmet. We've seen a couple of balls behaving badly on the wicket. When he took the helmet rather than one scoots straight down by his ankle. So it's becoming a little distrust in the pitch here. Here's Kamruzaman. Oh! And Roy Silva steers the ball straight into the hands of Kurswip. And that's the end of Roy Silva. He falls for 7. It's 25 for 2.
See, Lenny, like I said before, Melbourne Stars came with the plan. As you see, the left-arm spinner came, they bring the slip in, the captain bring the slip in, and this is what happened. He got caught in the... Rahat Khan took a catch, and they've been preparing this for fielding. I think Melbourne Star, even though they are underdog, but they are doing pretty good. We are still, hoping for Long Island to do well, and yesterday Silva, we cannot take Silva out of the field because he was catching the ball, he batted well, he bowled well, but today, like, it's a bad luck.
So 25 for 2. For the first time in the series, we see them struggling here. They have lost a couple of big batsmen. Rupnarain, who has been their top batsman this series, he's back in the hat, and now followed by Roy Silva. Not a lot of runs on the board. It's 25 for 2 as Wakas Ashik come out to the middle.
And they haven't lost the game yet, so they are undefeated,
So the middle order will get a chance to catch up on some batting here, Rana. over the last couple of games or so, they were kind of protected by the big scores. Yeah, certainly the big scores from Rupnarain, Silva, and then we saw Wakas Shahid getting among the runs in the last game. So they're being put under pressure here by a very spirited Melbourne team here. They're bowling at 25 for 2.
And this match is like do and die, because if they lose, they go home. If whoever wins, they qualify for the semi-final.
So Kamruzam on a perfect start to a bowling spell. Nothing beats a bowling spell when you start and getting a wicket. They call it a perfect start.
Yes, I agree.
And you look at his bowling figure and you see a W on the very first ball that he's bowled. Here he is. We'll come into bowl to Ashik. And again, similar ball outside the off stump, turning away from the right-hander. And they can't score. So 25 for 2, 7th over in progress here. And so some 82 balls to be bowled here.
And it's a 3-dot ball. The pressure is building up on the batsman. That's what they're doing. They came with the plan. They just want to bowl line and length and do the dot balls. Once you have 3-4 dot balls, the pressure is on the batsman.
So 25 for 2, not much happening here for the United team. Melbourne so far has put in a very good performance.
Waqas Ashik wanted a single, but I think it was a Ricks in that single, so the batsman on the other end told him no. I think LIU look like they are under pressure right now, but they need to bat well to get the pressure out of it.
So 25 for 2, here is Kamruzam.
What a good shot. It will release the pressure. That's a 6, I believe.
So we'll wait and see signal from the umpire. And it goes away for 4. So umpire signals are final in this series, and certainly in any game. And so it's 29 for 2. Yes, you're right on that. That could release some pressure here for United. And for the first time this series, Rana, we see them on the back foot in the earlier part of the game. 29 for 2.
Because it's a big game.
So ball defended here by Ashik. That will complete over number 7 is 29 for 2.
Also, Lenny, the big teams always, big teams always try to put pressure on the other team whenever the quarterfinals is. If you look at the Champions Trophy, when Pakistan was playing Sri Lanka, it was almost a quarterfinal, and they had to win this game. And the way Sarfraz and Muhammad Amir batted, nobody was betting money on Pakistan. They're going to win that match. But after all, it was Sarfraz and Amir who took them home.
So number 5 giving the ball here. So Modani will continue impressive bowling figures here. Rana Trier was numbered 1 for 15.
So that's going to be the last over for Madani. I think Madani wants to do the same thing what they did in the last 3 overs. He's going to keep the ball length and line, and then he wants batsmen to defend. Because first 2-3 dot balls is going to be, then the pressure going to be on the batsman. What batsman needs to do over here, just hit the ball down the track and get a single and rotate the strike for a couple of overs, because they lost a couple of wickets and they lost a couple of big names.
So Modani Tree was numbered 1 for 15. We'll come into bowl to Alexander. Camillus Alexander, former West Indies youth player.
And I think he did pretty good bowling yesterday, Camillus Alexander. I believe so.
Yes, Rana got among the wickets, and Carl behind us here will remind us how many wickets. Off my memory, I think Alexander has about 6 wickets in this tournament. So he goes up to 12. It's 30 for 2. Waqas Ashik is on 4. Alexander is on 12. It's 30 for 2. 77 balls remaining here, so a long way to go. So Camillus Alexander has 4 wickets in the tournament so far.
See, again they came with the plan, and Modani came with the plan. It's a 2-dot ball, I believe, right?
So here is Modani. And Alex, in fact, Ashik is driving and driving well. Gets a single out to long off. So easy going here so far from LI United. And being checked here by a very spirited Melbourne disciplined bowling attack. They've kept the ball on the wicket. They've stayed away from the wides and the no ball. And they've struck twice already. Oh, pulled away. Oh! So a good looking shot from Camillus Alexander, but a very good effort there from Cameruza, man. But it goes away for 4. Good bit of cricket there.
So now you see what the Camillus Alexander did. He tried to release the pressure, you know, and that was a short bowl, so it needed the treatment like what he did.
So Alexander goes up to 16. Wakas is on 5. It's 35 for 2. The ball guided away here by Alexander. He goes up to 17. It's 36 for 2.
Very good batting from Alexander. You see Lenny, he hit the boundary and then after that he took the single. This is what cricket is all about. Once ever you hit the boundary, you don't have to hit every ball for 6.
So slip in place here. Some attacking bowling by Melbourne here. Modani continues and Wakas is driving to a short cover. He'll never get a run there. That completes over number 8. Corona is 36 for 2.
So you see the Modani, he bowls 4 over 22 runs and 1 wicket. So that's where the pressure build up. I think that's a very good economy rate in T20. And you know, if he wouldn't hit a couple of boundaries, that would be like only 12 runs he wouldn't given. And Rahat Khan on the other side did an excellent job too. 3 overs, 10 runs. And then Kamru Zamar, only 1 over, 4 runs and 1 wicket. And he got the wicket on the first ball, the main batsman Silva. And we know yesterday what Silva did. He took the single-handed, you know, took LIU for the winning.
So the bowling has been very disciplined here from Melbourne.
And captain is still, you know, believing on the bowlers, and you know, it's a spin all the way.
So Alexander on 17. Wakas is on 5. Is 36 for 2. 8 overs gone. 72 balls remaining here. Cameruza man, his first over cost him 4. Got 1 wicket. Made a very good effort to hold on to a very powerful shot struck by Camillus Alexander. So here we go. 36 for 2, and here is Cameruza man. Oh, that's a good ball.
And good fielding.
Ball played up towards the offside, and the pressure is on here. Long Island United, 2 wins in the bag already.
And what Kamru Zaman is doing, he's bowling to his fielding. You know, wherever he bowls, there's a fielder.
Oh, that's a big shot. Big shot here from Camillus Alexander. Takes him out of the playing area. And that goes for 6. He goes up to 23. Is 42 for 2.
Alexander is a very great young player, young talented player. We saw him yesterday, the way he bowled. Today we see him the way he's batting. I think a lot of young people should watch him how he play and learn from his technique. What he's doing, he's hitting the 6, and now watch on the next ball, he's going to try to get a single.
So 17-run partnership so far. Very vital here. 42 for 2. And Alexander is defending. Ball goes up towards the offside, and there is no run. And around at the way Rup Narayan batted yesterday was a very classic display of how you can build an innings. He certainly followed up the big shots with some solid defensive shot. As we see, Alexander picks up his 24th run. Is 43 for 2. Oh, ball in the air. Ashik is gone. So Wakas, Ashik, very tame dismissal. And another wicket falls here around. Is 43 for 2.
Because Lenny, this is all pressure. This is what pressure does. You see Kamru Zaman, what he's doing, he's building up the pressure. He's building up the dot balls. Because you know the fielding is very well. And that was a loose shot from Ashik, and he had to hit with the power, but the ball just went up in the air, and that was an easy catch for the fielder. So Lenny, here's a quiz for you. Yesterday, Sri Lanka versus Zimbabwe, and the debutant, what his name? He took the hat trick on his debut yesterday.
Rana, the thing is, I was here at the ground all day. Didn't get a chance to even go online. So
yesterday you were giving me the quiz, and I'm missing
not
Edwin
me,
today.
not me. Lenny Jr.
you are the one who's keep telling Matthew, to keep giving me the quiz. So today I'm coming prepared for you, Lenny.
I know, Rana, you may have to give us that answer. As we see, Asim Pervez walks to the middle.
Wanidu Hasranga. So Lenny, the guy name is Wanidu Hasranga. He's 18-year-old. That's a very very tough name to say. It took me a couple of hours to practice the name. And he's only 19-year-old, so he took the hat trick. And so Lenny, here's another quick quiz for you. So only 3 players have taken the hat trick on their debut. One is the Hasrange, who are the other 2?
I know it's a Sri Lankan. I know one is a Sri Lankan. Is it Shabad Khan in that? I'm not too sure.
No.
All right, I'll have to come back to you with that. Carl, can you go to Google, please? Kamruzaman will continue. Asim Pervez comes out here at 43 for 3. Kamruzaman 2 for 11 so far. So Melbourne on the charge here. And they've bowled impressively well. Their scorecard looks at 43 for 3. This is good bowling here from Melbourne. And Long Island United under some bit of pressure here, Rana.
Oh yes, they are.
So ball driven nicely here by Asim. He will get off the mark. And he will be the man on strike when play resumes here. 9 overs gone is 44 for 3.
Okay, here it is, Lenny. I give you the easy one. So, the player he's the bowler from Sri Lanka. He has taken the hat trick 3 times. And do you want me to make it easier for you than this? And very slingy accent, so this is the key, slingy accent. Malinga, yes, you got it right.
क्लियर आ रहा है मैं लाइव देख रहा था मैच आज
44 for 3 for Long Island, and 9 overs have gone. Asim Parvez on his strike.
आउट लगा नहीं रहा तो दबाव हो गया वो दबाव जा रहा था तो आउट नहीं कहता है बाहर
So bowling change here. Modani will pick up the bowler's name here, number 10. So Pranay Das, thank you. He comes in here 44 for 3, makes a good start at that ball here in Rana. You're in the 10th over being bowled here by Pranay Das, and the ball cut away nicely here by Pervez. Not a lot of value for those shots on a very quick outfield. You probably can look for 2, but not on this run. 45 for 3.
Lenny, I think Melbourne Star has a lot of Bangladeshi players. I just noticed the name like Kramazaman, Pranay Das, Modani. Is that right? Modani is Indian.
Yes, they do have a strong Bangladeshi comprisement. Here is Das, some ball outside the off stump here. Alexander cutting and missing. Score remains at 45 for 3. We're coming into the first half of the Long Island United innings, and boy, they have been put under pressure here by some very tidy bowling here from Melbourne.
There's a slip comebacks in.
Why not? At 45 for 3 with not much happening, you might do yourself well in putting a slip in place. We saw Roy Silva
Getting out with the slip.
yeah, so sometimes if a batting team is batting at 45 for 3 and much is not happening batting wise, why not put some men in close catching position? So Pranay Das, that's another good ball. Alexander looking to go through the onside, the ball certainly not there.
See, Melbourne Star came prepared, like I said before. Madani did the same thing. What Karav Zamar followed it, and now Das is doing the same thing. They're building the pressure.
So 24 to Alexander. Oh, ball cut away. That's a good looking shot. Looking for 2. In fact, they settled for 1. And so Rana, final thoughts before a call comes back. 10 overs gone. 46 for 3. What do you think?
I think LIU should bat, spend time on the crease, and they should follow the basic of cricket. And they still have 10 overs. It's the middle of the inning, and last 10 overs are very crucial for any time. They shouldn't lose any wicket and build up a partnership. So here I give to the call. I will come back after 5 overs.
Thank you, Rana. So 46 for 3. Alexander is on 25. Hasim Pervez is on 2. And as I welcome back Carl, Melbourne has come up with a performance here today. And you can't ask for a better bowling performance here at 46 for 3. They have been on the ball.
Yes, Len, they have. And the good news, if you're LIU, is that you still have Camillus Alexander at the wicket, but certainly a change of plans. They were looking perhaps to come out and score quickly as they have in their 2 matches to date. So a change in plan here, and now they'll have to be more circumspect, and you can see Camillus Alexander batting with a new sense of responsibility, a new sense of purpose, and will perhaps have to be the anchor man here to bat through all 20 overs and then have the team bat around him. And we know that there are a couple of batsmen who can strike the ball still in the hut, and so they probably will have to reduce this one to perhaps a 5-over game. So back through maybe the next 5 overs, and then come back and then see with as many wickets in hand as possible, and then see what can transpire from overs number 15 through 20.
So 46 for 3. And Carl, let's quickly scoot over to the Melbourne side. If you were the Melbourne team, won't you be happy with the way things have gone here? They've essentially sent back Rupnarain for his first failure of the series, and Roy Silva too. He fell cheaply, and Wakas Ashik with 5 on the board. So 46 for 3. You'll be quite pleased with if you were a Melbourne man. Very pleased with the way things have gone here for your Melbourne team. Let's see.
Yes, then you could never ask for anything better, as Mohamed Joni will be introduced into the attack. If you're Melbourne, you have to be happy with your position, having seen the back of the 2 most prolific run scorers for LIU back in the hut, in the form of Gokran Rupnarain. He's back in the hut, falling cheaply, and then also Roy Silva going cheaply. And so now, adversity for LIU, they have not been in this position yet in this tournament, and so now their mettle will be tested. So Joni delivers, and ball just tucked up into the onside. No chance to score here for Alexander. He remains on 25. His 25 coming from 35 deliveries, and as I said, he has batted with some purpose here. Ball slashed away again for another single, and sort of ambling through for a single, and in the end having to hustle at the end as the throw going to his end does Alexander, but he's through for 1. Takes the score up to 47 and his personal score up to 26.
So 58 balls remaining here. Long Island United, Carl, in this series scored 150 plus in the first game, got 178 in the second game. They're batting here at 47 for 3 in the 11th over. Here is Mohamed Joni. That's another good ball. So Melbourne giving a very good account of themselves so far. Things have really gone their way. Asim Pervez is on 2. Alexander is on 26. The good looking shot here from Pervez to pick up a couple. In fact, they settled for 1. So what should have been perhaps a couple, and usually a shot like that, Carl, has only allowed the batsman for 1, 48 for 3.
Well, the thing is, Len, Pervez is not the most fleet-footed of runners, and he would have been running to the danger end, let's say. And perhaps had it been Camillus at the other end, they might have chanced it. But at this point, no sense for taking the risk.
So 48 for 3, chance of a run out here. In fact, the fielder doesn't pick up very cleanly. And in the end, it's a single here to the United team. They're batting at 49 for 3.
Yes, Len, the man coming in there appears to be Nazir Uddin. Wasn't able to get hands onto the ball cleanly. And in the end, the pressure got the best of him. And so the batsman scampered through for an easy single. In the end, 49 now on the board. Pervez back onto strike. He is on 3. So partnership just worth 6 so far.
Oh, that's a big shot. That's a good looking shot here from Asim Pervez. He takes one out of the playing area. And that's a good looking shot. That brings up the 50 here for Long Island United. They're batting at 55 for 3. Big strike here from Asim.
So the 50 comes up in over number 11 off the final delivery of the 11th over. And so 9 runs coming from the over. A good one from a Long Island United perspective. And their run rate just 5 runs per over at this point. But again, Len, given that the depth of their batting may be a bit suspect here, Long Island United content to occupy the crease for the time being, and then perhaps put the foot on the gas as they get into the death, into the 15th over and beyond, is perhaps when they may look to increase the rate of scoring here, with still 54 deliveries or 9 overs to go in their innings. LIU having won the toss and electing to take first strike.
So Pranay Das will continue 55 for 3.
And Das, his first over just costing him just 2 runs. So he's been quite economical, continuing to apply the pressure. And all the bowlers, you might say, Len, have done extremely well in containing the batsmen from LIU. And so Camillus slaps this one away to pick up his 28th run. And perhaps, again, Camillus' innings may be the most important here for LIU. Question is, who can bat around him while he is sort of holding one end? 1 or 2 of these batsmen may have to have a go. It may be a question of when they decide to do so.
So Pervez has shown us, Carl, that he can give the ball a tap.
This one wide outside the off stump, and Pervez just having a look. It's not there for him to offer a stroke.
So 9 to Pervez, 28 to Alexander, 56 for 3. Ball defended here by Asim. So Pranay Das, he's been on target. He's now bowled 9 balls. He's only conceded 3 runs. And Melbourne, they're bowling here at 56 for 3. Oh, big shot here from Asim. Going up to the quicker part of the field. And they'll come back for 2. That's a good looking shot here from Asim Pervez. He goes up to 11. It's 58 for 3.
And that's the observable difference there then between the way Alexander runs versus Pervez. Alexander had to get back to the short end where the throw would have been going, the danger end, if you will. And no hesitation on his part. He touched and went and got there easily in the end, collecting 2 runs for the LIU team.
So 50 balls remaining, 58 for 3. Ball cut away nicely here. Fielder put on the pressure by a quick single.
And pressure on the fielder, and they weren't able to They weren't able to feel the ball there. Rahat Khan was the man back there. And so one more, the score up to 59. 59 for 3. Alexander back on strike.
So Pranay Das, very tidy bowling spell so far. Oh, that's one is in the air. Long on, runs in. Oh, he settles in. Takes a good catch. Well judged. And all of a sudden it's 59 for 4. Alexander goes for 28. 59 for 4.
लेट गया था वो खेले भी
So Sujan Islam, the man out in the deep, taking a tremendous catch to send Alexander on his way, and that's a big important wicket for Melbourne. Alexander perhaps the last credible hope for LIU. They still have some batting to come, but I'm not sure how much quality, let's say, would be left much beyond perhaps Faisal Taj. Chris Powell is still in the hut, and Waqas Ashik. In fact, Waqas is already out, so Waqas Shahid rather. He is the man who, those are perhaps the 3 batsmen still left in the hut that could, in effect, have a significant impact on the final score, ultimate score here that Long Island United puts on the board. So Alexander gone for 28, his 28 coming from 39 deliveries, including 1 6 and 2 4s. And so 48 deliveries or 8 overs remaining here. And Melbourne containing Long Island United, and they've done themselves well. They've picked up wickets at 7, 25, 43 and now 59 as Faisal Taj strides to the middle. So bowling figures so far. Pick of the bowlers: Mohammed Kamruzaman, 2 overs, 2 for 12. Pranay Das, 2 overs, 1 for 6. Sushant Modani has completed his 4 overs, 1 for 22. Mohammed Joni, 1 over for 9. And then Rahat Khan, 3 overs, none for 10. 59 for 4, over number 13 about to begin.
So Taj on strike. Gets a good ball, defends on the onside. Score remains at 59 for 4. So Faisal Taj got among the runs in the second game, but different scenarios now, Carl.
Yes, Len, you'll have to bat, and I keep saying batsmen have to bat with responsibility. It's a different sort of game when all your top batters, or most of your top batters, are back in the hut. Batsmen coming to the wicket will have to bat with a sense of purpose, a different approach of sorts, where instead of swinging for the fences on every delivery, they'll have to look to play it around, and make a choice. So shot selection will become key at this juncture, and the person who blinks first will be the one to capitulate, as this one is steered away down to a third man region for 1. And so Pervez goes up to 13 and takes the LIU total up to 61 as the 13th over progresses.
Yes, Carl, and cricket is one game. As the batting partners, you assume the role of senior batsman when you've been out there a little while longer than the other man. So Asim is certainly the senior man here. Taj gets another single, and you get the feeling that both Taj and Asim has come up with a sense of purpose here to keep the scoreboard ticking. And Melbourne will know that once they do that, not in real danger of any assault on the bowling attack. So they might be quite pleased that no alarm at all.
Well, the key is to occupy the crease, and so as we learned when we were kids, that the longer you stay at the crease, play yourself in. When it's time to go, you at least would have adjusted your eyesight. Be ready, as this one is taking a thick outside edge and running towards the third man boundary, and it gets into the boundary now. And so it's 4 runs to Pervez, streaky off the edge, but effective in picking up 4 runs for his team, Long Island United.
66 for 4, 13 overs gone. Taj is on 2. Asim Pervez is on 17. 66 for 4, 42 balls remaining.
So 7 runs coming from that over. A reasonably good over from a Long Island United standpoint. They didn't lose a wicket, and they've picked up and they've scored more runs than their current going rate. Their current going rate is 5 runs per over. And so they're on course for a total in the range of about 110. And the question is, are they able to elevate the rate of scoring here from 5? If they should get it up to, say, 7, then they could get into the range of about 140. We've seen, Len, that about 155 is par score on this ground. And so far, teams that have posted at minimum 155 have not lost. Well, actually, one team did lose at 156, but we've seen it be a competitive score anywhere around 155, 160-ish.
So Pranay Das continues 2 overs, no maiden, 1 for 6. Taj gets another good ball, so very defensive period here for Long Island United car. They've lost 4 wickets, and as you mentioned, some of the best batters back in the hut. Taj is on 2, Asim is on 17.
And so Taj, now again, you can tell that he has made some bit of an adjustment. Usually when he arrives at the wicket, he comes to the wicket with some of the pressure off, in a sense, where runs are on the board. And now he gets an opportunity, really sent to the wicket with a strategic plan of scoring quickly. This time a change in the approach. He will have to occupy the crease for a long time.
So big shot here from Taj. Goes over the man's head, and it goes upstairs. Good shot here from Faisal Taj. He goes up to 8 to 72 for 4.
And so he gets one that's short. It's in the arc, and he swings it around to mid-wicket, and just getting it over the head of the fielders out in the mid-wicket region. And so Faisal Taj looking to first stay out in the middle, and then second, where there's opportunity to get the ball to the boundary, he's gone for it. And so he's up to 8 now from 6 deliveries, and has pushed LIU up to 72. 72 for 4. We're in over number 14.
So he's cutting and cutting well, running up towards the point boundary. And a good bit of save there, save the boundary. They come back for 2, looking for 3. Yasin wants 3. Taj says no. The score goes up to 74 for 4. Taj goes up to 10. So 15-run partnership so far. Taj is on 10 car. Asim is on 17, is 74 for 4. Oh, big shot. That's a good looking shot from Faisal Taj. And it goes for 6. Greenline T20 maximum. It comes up the bat of Faisal Taj. He goes up to 16, is 80 for 4.
And a big over here for Long Island United. This one, 14 already gone in the over. And Taj has gone twice for Greenline Independence Cup maximums. And so he's up to 16 from 8 at the moment, and batting exceptionally well here for LIU.
So 14 in the over so far.
Wolfman on the go.
Taj goes big again. We'll get a single. Will retain strike when play resumes here, Carl, and one of the better over here for the Long Island United team.
And so 15 runs off the over. And so 81 on the board, 81 for 4. 36 balls remaining. Both batsmen on 17 now. It's Taj, his 17 coming from 9. And Pervez, his 17 coming from 13. The strike rate for Pervez, 130. And for Taj, it's 188, so almost 2 runs per ball. So good strike rate here for Faisal Taj. And this partnership now worth 22, and we've seen the Manhattan Hero Land, and it's the tallest over so far in the tallest building so far in that skyline is the 14th over. And so from strength to strength, the LIU team looking perhaps now to put their foot on the gas here in these overs as we approach the death. One more over to get to 15, and then they'll be on the downside of the mountain, as they say, and now we'll have to see where they can actually advance the total. Right now they're on course for a score in the range of about 125, 130. They're going now at 5.8 per over, 5.8 per over at the moment.
आपको ना मतलब ये कल जो सारा जैसे अच्छा वहाँ लगाऊँ वहाँ से यहाँ बड़ा सुकून है वहाँ पे यार यकीन करो इसकी भी जरूरत नहीं है वहीं से निकल लेना।
So 81 for 4. And Faisal Taj pushes one up into the offside. Mohammed Joni. In fact, Kamruzaman actually comes back into the attack here. Swing and a miss, and has lost his footing. And a loud appeal, in fact, an animated appeal, as they say, from Kamruzaman. He was certain that he thought he had his man. And a slower ball, all the pace taken off of it. And Taj way too early.
Short.
A big swing and a miss.
And he's gone. He's gone. The finger goes up from Steve Kalu and square leg. And Faisal Taj looked back only to see the stump disturbed, and a good bit of work done by the wicketkeeper. Faisal Taj has to go, as he is stumped off the bowling of Kamruzaman, and so Kamruzaman picks up his third as the wicketkeeper effects the dismissal.
That's Nazmul Siddiqui, 81 for 5. Chris Powell walks to the middle. 33 balls still remains here, so the way things have gone here, 33 balls still constitute a very large part of the innings. 5 wickets down. Asim Pervez is on 17. Chris Powell comes in here at 81 for 5, 33 balls remaining. Kamruzaman, you're right on that, he's bowling a 3 for 12 in his third over. And will come into bowl immediately to Chris Powell, 81 for 5.
So Powell, the Leste man out of Jamaica, and his first ball he punches away down the ground, and then, as you mentioned and we've said over the course of the last 2 days, Powell has a profile similar to that of Chris Gale, has some similar mannerisms, and even the way he runs down the track, he runs just like Gale does. 82 for 5, and he gets off the mark straight away. brings Asim Pervez back into strike. He's on 17 from 13 balls. 32 balls to go in the innings.
So ball cut away by Asim. They have to run quickly. Comes in. Chris Powell is gone. It's 82 for 6. Direct throw. And another wicket falls here for United. 82 for 6. And Rahad Khan, the man doing the work there. And a direct throw. Usually a direct hit will usually get the umpires, even if it's close. The verdict often goes with to the direct throw to the fielding team, and on that occasion it seems to have gone consistent as Rahad Khan coming in quickly, picking up strong throw, and Chris Powell is determined to have been short of his ground. It's 82 for 6. So 31 balls remaining here. Waqas Shahid, the captain, walks to the middle. Because Shahid had a good knock in the last game, got 20 or 20 plus.
He got 20 right at the top of the innings, Len. Question now is different circumstance here. And 31 balls to go. They need somebody to hold one end, and they need someone to have a go. Well, first off, they need to occupy the crease for more than 20 overs. For the full complement of 20 overs, I should say. And so it's a matter of whether or not they'll be able to accomplish that feat, at least to bat through all 20 overs. So a change in commentary here as Rana comes back into the fore. And so Rana, certainly you have seen the action out in the middle. How do you assess where things are at the moment for both teams?
Thank you, Carl. Like I said before, basic of cricket, what Melbourne Stars doing, they are fielding very well and they are concentrating on the game. The last 5 overs are going to be very important, and Waqar Shahid has to stay there with Asim Pervez.
So 1 run already in this over, 2 wickets gone. And so a very productive over from a Melbourne Cricket Club standpoint. Last ball in the over, and so Shahid defends, and so that closes out over number 15. 1 run coming from it. 2 wickets were captured by the Melbourne team, and so it's 82 for 6 with 15 gone, and we're into the death overs here. Rana, certainly Melbourne will have to be happy with their position and the effort they've made to this point.
I think Melbourne is very happy, and they came with the plan and they fielded very well, they bowled very well. And LIU is a very strong team. Before the match, everybody was saying Melbourne is underdog. As you see, they break the partnership between Asim Pervez and Faisal Taj. On that time, seemed like they're going to be scored very heavy because they were set. But the way Chris Powell got run out and the way they took the wicket of Faisal Taj as a stump, Nazmul Siddiqui done a fabulous job. And Qamar Zaman, as you see, before he bowled all 3 overs, 13 runs for 3 wickets. You know, that's the difference between these 2 teams.
So Pranay Das will complete his spell here. 3 overs, 1 for 21. He'll be bowling to the left-hander Pervez. Gets a quicker delivery that he just dabbles into the onside. No run. And 5.4 runs per over, the going rate here for Long Island United. On course for a score now probably in the 110-ish range. Down the track, ball angled towards the leg side, and might have struck the batsman.
Again, you see, Carl, what they're doing. Das, he has bowled 2 ball and 2 dot ball, so the pressure is building on the batsman now.
28 balls remaining. We're into over number 16. This one punched away again, only as far as backward point.
You see the difference. There's a fielding. They want to field. Seems like they're enjoying that cricket, you know, and they are fielding very well. And the bowler is bowling where the fielders are.
So Joni, the man there, blocking things up, keeping the batsman planted. Ball in the air. Man comes in. Greenline takes another catch here. And that's the end of the 7th wicket. Pervez has to go. And the man out in the deep doing the job. And we'll have to see who it is. He looks at his hands and has made a clean catch. It's now 82 for 7 with still 26 balls to go.
See, Carl, before the ball, I said that's what he's doing. He's doing line length ball, and he building a pressure. So there was a 2-dot ball, and the third ball, since it's only 27 balls left in the last 5 overs. So what Asim Pervez did, he hit a shot, but that was an excellent fielding and excellent catch from the fielder. So like I said, Melbourne Stars seems like they came prepared and they want to win this. But LIU, what they need to do, next 27 balls, they have to stay on the wicket and they don't lose a wicket and build a partnership. Because if they make 120 plus, they will have a fair chance because Melbourne Stars don't have a cricket batting.
So Zakir Hussain, the man out in the deep, who took the catch, and so he effects the dismissal. So Ramiz Tiramizi is the new man who has arrived at the wicket. 82 for 7. And Ramiz will settle at the non-striker's end for now, as Pranay Das picks up his second wicket. And pulled through the outside and to the left of a diving mid-wicket. And so off the mark goes Shahid, facing his second delivery. And so the score goes up to 83 for 7 with 25 balls to go. And so Tiramizi will face his first ball as he takes a guard from umpire Steve Kalu. Tiramizi looking to steal the ball off the score. And so another productive over comes to an end from a Melbourne standpoint. One run coming from it, they also picked up a wicket. So with 60
partnership also involved in the bowling too. If you see the way Kamru Zaman and the Das they bowled 6 overs and only given 30 runs, and they took the 5 wickets, and they took the 5 wickets of the main batsman. And Chris Paul, why he got run out, because there was a pressure on Asim Pervez. He actually took the single, and the pressure build up, that's where the wicket falls.
So good assessment as Kamru Zaman will continue here. 3 overs, 3 for 13 so far. He looks to close out his spell here. 83 for 7, 24 delivers remaining. Waqar Shahid on strike, 5.2 the scoring rate at the moment. So long forward goes Shahid. So even in these death overs, Rana, batsmen still being forced to be very watchful, very respected and very respectful. They are trying to occupy the crease for as long as they are able.
See what Waqar Shahid needs to do. He needs to stay there and he needs to play that captain inning. The last 22 balls, if he can make at least 30 runs, that will be very good for LIU.
Ball in the air will fall in before the mid-wicket fielder comes in. And so Shahid picks up 1.
Also, Carl, you notice something, the way the Melbourne Stars are bowling. They're bowling their overs so quickly, they're not giving the chance to the batsmen to settle down.
So keeping them on there on the back foot. Cut away! Oh, is not able to come up with it, but does well to keep the ball in front and going away for runs. And certainly a spectacular effort by the man at point. And that looks to be Nazimuddin once again. And keeps the batsman from scoring. So the score remains at 84.
That was the best commitment I seen today from Nazim.
And this one paddled behind score. They run quickly for one. The man comes in. They turn, come back for the second, and they'll get there as the throw comes in. And in fact, now overthrows here. And now they're thinking about a third, but man well back. So 2 runs added. 86 now on the board as Tiramizi gets off the mark. So all the action happening out in the middle. Long Island United and Melbourne. This is the quarter-final matchup in the 2017 Greenline Independence Cup here at Van Cortlandt Park. Swing and a miss.
Swing and miss. See what Kamar Zaman is doing. He's giving the ball the same way, and you see he finishes quota for today. He has only given 16 runs and 2 key wickets he took. As soon as he came on the bowling, he had a plan and he came with the plan, and then that's what he did. And basic of cricket, if you have a plan and your fielders feel well, you get the wickets. The other teams come under pressure. So that's why you see 86 for 7. LIU is the same team. Yesterday they were undefeated, and today they seem like they're struggling. But cricket, you never know what's going to happen next. 18 balls left. They need to make at least 30 runs to cross over 110 plus.
All right, so we'll wait now to see where does Siddiqui go next. He has Rahat Khan still at his disposal. He has bowled 3 overs so far, so he has 1 to go. Mohammed Joni has bowled 2 overs, and so he'll likely go back to those 2 bowlers. So he'll likely go with Joni here, come back to Rahat to bowl the 19th over, and then Joni to finish up perhaps, as all his bowlers have contributed well to an excellent bowling effort by the Melbourne team.
See, Carl, today match, what I see the key from Melbourne Star, they did the fielding so well. They fielded so well that, I think other teams should learn from them, and they came prepared. They seem like they're awake, and they seem like they are here to win. But what LIU needs to do, they need to get over the line of 100 runs and then for 30 runs, and then I think LIU can defend it because they have a very good bowling. And I believe Melbourne Star doesn't have a very strong batting, but it's going to be against LIU bowling versus Melbourne Star batting.
Alright, so let's try to get the confirmation here. It looks like it is Joni who will continue.
See, and also the captain is involved. Siddiqui's keep making changes. You see he's keep pushing the fielders back and forth, and he's ready. He knows these last 3 overs are very important.
So Mohammed Joni it is confirmed. He will bowl over number 18 and likely over number 20 as well. Here he is coming in. Ball is outside the off stump and steered up to backward point. Can't score. So well positioned. Still protecting the singles on the interior, and the deep fielders are positioned in the straight, in the onside, straight mid wicket. In fact, long on, deep mid wicket, and deep mid wicket looks up and drops it. So perhaps a chance. It might have gone all the way. We'll wait and try to get the confirmation. 4 runs into the indication, and so a chance goes a begging in the deep. As man out there not able to hold on.
I think he dropped the catch like potato was too hard. It was an easy catch. I don't know how come he dropped it. Maybe he was not feeling, and maybe he thought maybe pakoda is too hard.
So Sushant Madani, the man out in the deep, and sees one go through his hands. 90 now for 7. Swing, and he's caught at the wicket. So another wicket taken here. It's number 8, and it's now 90 for 8.
And that's the first wicket for Muhammad Jani. You see 2.2 he bowls, and he has given 20 runs. He's a little bit expensive, but that wicket counts because last 16 balls is going to be very important, and the score is only 90 runs right now. I think what they need to do, they need to go over 100 runs. At least they should try to get at least 110 to defend the total.
So 16 balls remaining. Can they see it through all 20 overs here? We'll have to wait and see. Still 15 deliveries to go. And it looks like Ishtaq Khan going out to the middle. With 15 deliveries to go, LIU struggling here. And as we have said, the LIU has not faced any adversity to date, as we've seen Roy Silva and Gaukaran Rutnarayan steer them and lead the charge through two very impressive opening round wins. And so the question that was being posed right at the outset was, what would happen in the event that either of those two batsmen were to fail to fire?
Yeah, I take you back to the memory of Champions Trophy when Pakistan versus India. You know what happened? India's top order was performing. Same thing, LIU top order was performing. The middle order and lower order didn't get exposed to the bowling. And today, the way Melbourne Star bowled, they bowled so well. So the middle order and lower order got exposed. That's when they didn't have a practice. So again, when the top order do well, but the middle order and lower order has to be ready to perform. And today is the day. Let's see in last 15 balls what Khan and the other batsmen can do.
Well, the question will be answered momentarily. Here's Joni. Big swing, down the ground. Man goes up, looks to and we'll wait and see as the batsman is waiting. And it looks like he has come up with the catch. The man in the booth will confirm who it is. It looks like it could be Owen, it could be Islam again. And so he's taken two very special catches in the deep.
Khan got out without bothering the scorers.
So Sujan Islam, the man in the deep, putting on a catching clinic. And it's now 90 for 9.
See, since the batting start called, that's what I've been telling, the basic of cricket, the fielding matter. And you see, that was a very tough catch. He was right in the boundary, and the way he caught the ball, it seemed like somebody from South Africa, you know, John T. Road was probably fielding that ball. Anwar Kamal is a new batsman. Let's see what Anwar Kamal can do for LIU. I think still 14 balls left, and this is the last wicket, so probably Melbourne Star wants to let's see what Johnny comes with. Before this over, Johnny was 2 over 18 runs, and now you see 2.4, 4 balls in this over, 20 runs, only given 2 runs and took 2 wickets. The first one was Shahid and the second one was Khan.
So Melbourne looking to close things out here. As they have bowled extremely well. Can they pack up LIU within 20 overs? Anwar is playing this one up into the offside for no run. So 13 balls now remain. Ball outside the off stump to close out another successful over here for Melbourne. They pick up 2 wickets in the over, does Joni. So now it comes down to 2 overs remaining here.
Carl, if you notice what Johnny did, Johnny came and he bowled to the line and length ball. The first wicket got out Shahid, the edge to the keeper, but the second ball, it was pitch up ball, so the batsman had to go because he knows there's only a few balls left. But that was an excellent catch, and fielding make difference. So that's what it is between Melbourne Star. Their fielding is awesome, and they've been doing for ball number 1. Even though this is the last wicket, but you still see the captain and the team players having a meeting because they want to finish that off quickly.
So Rahat Khan comes back for his 4th over. And so Rahman Khan, R.R. Khan, 3 overs, none for 10 at this juncture. And so he will finish up here with LIU on the ropes here at 90 for 9 with 2 overs remaining. The man on strike is Ramiz Tiramizi. And the first order of business, Rana, would be to see it all the way through to 20 overs. And then the next course of business then would be to see how many more they can add beyond 90. The question will be answered momentarily.
Again, Carl, you see the difference. The captain keep changing the field. The captain want to put a pressure on Ramiz. The captain want to finish and get the job done quickly. The captain don't want them to play the 20 overs. But what LIU need to do, they need to stay on the wicket and because if they cross the line from to the 100, it's going to be psychologically advantage to LIU.
So wanting to make sure he has his best catchers perhaps in the right positions. Cut and dropped, put on the turf. So after moving his fielder from the deep into that position, it's Yuden once again. Nazim Yuden at backward point. And Tirmizi went for a slashing drive outside the off stump. And it went to hand. He could not hang on.
That's the second time the catch got dropped in that area, and you know it's only 2 catches been dropped, but they have caught more catches.
And actually, Mohammed Joni, the man there at backward point, as this one steered up into the offside for another single. And so score now goes up to 92 with 10 balls to go.
In those 10 balls, they should at least try to make 8 runs. So cross over the 100, it's going to be 3-figure. It's going to be psychologically advantage to LIU.
It was a hard chance at backward point to Joni. He did well to try to get have the ball stick, but it sort of hit the hand and came right out.
Yeah, but if this catch was taken, then you know the LIU was 90 for out, all out, and then you know game will be easier. But let's see what's going to happen in the next 9 balls.
Either way, Rana, Melbourne would be very happy with their position at this juncture, given that they have held this very composed and high-performing Long Island United team well below their par performance, so subpar batting performance here for Long Island, and certainly a quality bowling effort by Melbourne. Swinging a miss as the ball angling across the right-hander, and he's not able to make contact. The score remains at 93 with now 7 deliveries to go.
See, Khan is the only bowler who didn't take the wicket, but what he did, look at his economy, 3.5 overs, only has given 13 runs. So this is what happens from the ball number 1, Khan putting a pressure on the batsman.
So here he is to finish up, and he's forcing the batsman. In fact, they can see the single here on the last ball. And so that completes his spell. 4 overs, none for 14, 4 runs coming from the over, and so that's the completion of over number 19 with 1 over to go. It's Long Island United batting first here against Melbourne. They're 94 for the loss of 9 wickets, with Ramiz Tirmizi still there on 4 and Anwar Kamal there on 2.
I think Johnny is going to bowl the last over. There's still a team meeting going on, but I think Johnny has the ball now.
He does have the ball and walking to his mark as we saw Pranay Das go over and had a word with him as he handed the ball off.
Let's see if Johnny can finish in this over, because the last over he bowled, he took 2 wickets.
So either way, the damage is somewhat curtailed. Even if this over should go for 36, I think Melbourne would be happy with where they are. Ball hit in the deep towards long off, man comes in, they go for 1, they look to come back for a second, in fact it's gone all the way, and so that's 4 runs to Anwar Kamal, and so he takes the total then up to 98, and again looking to perhaps push past that psychological 3-figure mark, as 98 or 99 perhaps a lot different than 100.
And also it relieves the pressure on the batsman because he hit the bowler on the first ball, the boundary.
And so 5 balls then remain. Anwar Kamal on strike. Big strike. Man comes in, then has to run back. They go for 1. They're going to press for 2. The throw comes in, not the strongest. And so they bring up the 100 here The psychological mark has been achieved. It's 100 for 9 with still 4 delivers to go.
And very good batting and very good running. As you see, as soon as he hit the ball, he took the first run very quickly. That's why he was able to take the second ball. So that's the basic of cricket again. Whenever you want to take the second run, always take the first run quickly.
So again, this one pushed into the onside. They scamper through for a quick single as Pranay Das there can't stop one. And so now even out 101 looks a lot bigger than 100. And so it's 101 for 9 with still 3 delivers remaining here. Kamal goes up to 9 to Amazi on 4. And this one is steered away just out of the reach of Khan coming around. And the batters, and now they come back for a second. So 2 runs there added. And so this over certainly going above par. 9 already in the over with still a couple deliveries to go.
See, Carlos, the difference you see on the first ball, the boundary was hit. So that's why you see the 9 runs came so far in the 4 balls.
Someone sliced again up into the offside and straight away they take off for a single. And
103 for all out.
And that's it then. We'll see who the man there who had the throw. And looks to be Joni, the man out there.
Joni was the bowling.
In fact, you're right. Can't be Joni. Maybe. We'll look to confirm here. But either way, it's 100 and